Hello dear student, welcome back to science session. Today here we are going to study cell structure and microorganisms. In that basically we are going to study the basic definition of cell, then the measurement of cell, discovery of cells, cell shapes and the observation of the cells of onion under the microscope. So basically what is the cell? A cell is the fundamental structural and functional unit of living organisms, and it is the smallest unit in the bodies of all living organisms. Now, generally, we know that how the book is formed, what is the sequence in the formation of book. So, initially, letters are there, then the letters come together forms a word, words come together forms a sentences comes together forms a paragraph, number of paragraphs comes together, there is a formation of chapters, and the number of chapters come together, there is a formation of book. So this is the sequence in the formation of book. So similarly, how the living organism is formed, how the body is formed, so there is a sequence. So first it starts with the cell, that is the smallest structural and functional unit of all organism. Then cells come together, there is a formation of tissue, number of tissues come together, there is a formation of organ, number of organs comes together, there is a formation of organ system, and the number of organ systems come together, there is a formation of body of living organisms. Similarly, okay, so what is a cell? A cell is defined as smallest basic unit of life that is responsible for all of life's processes. Just I already told, a cell is a structural and the fundamental unit of life. Okay, now there are living organisms, some are made up of single cell, okay, and the some organisms are made up of number of cells or the many cells. So single cell living organisms are called unicellular, and when the living organisms contains many cells called the multicellular. Now next, discovery of cells. In 1665, a scientist Robert Hooke observed a thin section of a bottle cork under a compound microscope. Then he saw a hexagonal compartment like those of a beehive. Now, hexagonal shape means what? Yes, this is the what? Hexagonal shape. Okay. Then he consequently named these rooms as a cell, but the word cells comes from Latin word cellula, where the cellular word indicates the what? Small rooms. Okay, so remember the Robert Hooke discovered the cell in 1665, and here the diagram of compound microscope is shown. With the help of this compound microscope, this Robert Hooke discovered the structure of cell. Okay, then measurement of cells. Now measurement means what? Measuring the size. Okay, so we know that suppose we want to measure the length of, suppose the book, we say that it is the 15 centimeter. Okay, like that the cells measured, and in 1673 Anton van Leeuwenhoek first observed the live bacterial and protozoan cells under the microscope, and he found that the cells are of very small size. Therefore generally the cells measured in the size micrometer and nanometer. What is the relationship between this micrometer and nanometer? Generally you heard that is the centimeter, meter, kilometer, but what is the relation between the centimeter, millimeter, micrometer, nanometer that I have shown. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 mm, a small mm indicates the millimeters, then 1 millimeter is equal to 1000 micrometer, and last 1 micrometer is equal to 1000 nm indicates the nanometers. Okay, the next observation of onion cells under a microscope. Okay, so to observe these onion cells under microscope, we consider first diagram A shows we take one onion. Okay, then in the diagram B it is shown that a thin piece or segment of onion carefully separate the thin skin from its concave surface with the help of forceps. Okay, diagram C is shown that we took that thin piece of onion, okay, and then this place the membrane on a glass slide and put a drop of water on it. Okay, and this is put on the glass slide and then seen under a compound microscope. Okay, then put a drop of dilute solution of iodine or eosin over it and observe under the 10x, means magnification is 10x, that the objective of compound microscope. Okay, so after that, under the compound microscope, the diagram D is shown, that type of structure is observed. Okay, and if you are observing, that structure is nothing but the onion cells. Okay, and the green color shows a single cell, okay, which has a length and the width dimension. Okay, means what, these onion cells are observing under compound microscope, like this structure is observed and the number of cells are observed. Now the cells are of various shapes such as circular, rod shape, columnar, spiral, oval and the rectangular one. Here I have shown the diagrams of various cells, that is the red blood cells, columnar epithelial cells, Ohm cells, bone cells, nerve cells, sperm cells, bone cells, Ohm, sperm cells. Okay, these all are the cells from the human body. Okay, so I hope all of you understood. In this lecture we studied the basic definition of cell, second the measurement of cell, third the discovery of cell, then the cell shapes and the onion cells that seen under a compound microscope. Okay, thank you.